In this segment, you're going to learn about Kali. She is one of the Devatas of the Shakti cluster and in the Thunderbird band, which you will learn about.
Well, measures are underway to address this problem. And I'm going to give you a brutal and direct response delivered to you with compliments of Kali. Now, Kali was my spiritual guardian, is an aspect of the divine feminine. And you can consider Kali to be the rage of Gaia. She represents the rage of Gaia, and she is a warrior goddess. Kali is the most powerful protective force on this planet. And if you're going to go after the predators like I do, you better be in Kali's band. So think about Kali. Think about calling her in.
You give me a clear answer on that one.
Yeah. Can I continue?
Yes.
Yeah. The predators and the sick people and those who want to deceive and dominate, we wouldn't say they would never be there, but they would just be on the margins of society. What a contrast to the current situation, right?
Yes.
They're certainly not on the margins. We good people would just want to get along with each other and thrive and learn and create and play. We're on the margins, and they're at the center of the game. Okay? This is what has to be changed now with the warrior powers that come through Kali and with the awakening of Gaia. And as that is changed, I will answer your the listener's question in this way. What do we do with the predators? We eliminate them. Period. Elimination. That means liquidation. That means kill. There is no other way to deal with predators. You cannot have a society, any society on this world, in any country, of any nation, of any language, that harbors and tolerates interspecies predators, such as pedophiles, rapists, financial terrorists, military fanatics and terrorists, and people who are their accessories. You can't. It's just, you got to wake up and be realistic, folks. You cannot have a society that harbors these people. They have to be eliminated, and they know it. They know it, and that's why they protect themselves so fanatically. You know, that's why they go around with bodyguards and can't get to any of them. You know?
Right.
But there are ways to get to them. There are ways to get to them, and there are ways, shamanic ways, and Gaia and Kali have ways to get to them. And one thing that I would say, without going into that subject right now, because it's a very touchy subject, and I would be cautious of what I say, but one thing I can assure you, do not deny yourself the murderous rage you feel. A decent, loving person can feel murderous rage and still be a decent and loving person. And you ought to feel murderous rage about what's happening, especially financial terrorism, these wars, these hoaxes that are continually perpetrated on us. Global warming hoax, eco-fascism, swine flu hoax, everything is a goddamn hoax. And if you don't feel murderous rage toward the people who are perpetrating these hoaxes, you're lacking something as a human being. But don't judge yourself because you feel that rage, because Gaia needs it, and we're going to need it.
Like one of our guests, James Gilligan, says, don't be a neutered zombie.
No, and don't be a wimp either.
Yeah.
You know, most of these people are wimps. You know, one of the, I had a teaching from a high Dakini, Matangi, she's kind of a voodoo witch, last month, that just blew my socks off. I do this Dakini instruction thing. It's nothing mysterious about it, folks, and it's not channeling. In fact, I can explain it and teach it to an 18-year-old or any intelligent person. So I got this teaching from Matangi that says to me, because they talk in very brutal and ruthless terms, these Gaian Dakinis. They're not sweet. They're very loving and tender, but in a way they're also very brutal, because they're dealing with brutal truths. She says to me, you know what? Do you want to know what the illusion of power is? It's very simple. Take somebody like Henry Kissinger, or take somebody like the head of Monsanto, or the head of Goldman Sachs, who are what's her name? The woman who created the derivatives, Her name is Blythe Masters, a woman who created the derivative scam. Take some people like this. You think they have power? No, they don't have power. What they have is the illusion of power. But you have to understand what the illusion of power is. The illusion of power is this, that Henry Kissinger, or the head of Monsanto, exercises power that they themselves do not command. This is the exact Dakini syntax. For instance, the President of the United States exercises power, but he himself commands no power. So if you were actually in the presence of that human being, one-on-one, he would have no power, apart from the system through which he exercises power. That's the illusion of power. And by contrast to that, you have the warriors of Gaia, and like myself, and when you see me, I am the source of my power. And you get my power direct. I do not relegate or execute my power through any system whatsoever. That is real power. And so I call upon all of you who are listening, who feel up to this task of protecting Gaia and humanity, to claim your own power. And that is how to overcome these perpetrators, because they in fact do not have the power that they wield. It's just an illusion. But your power is real.
That is the epitome of being a sovereign individual, to derive the power from yourself.
Totally, and I so love this word. I so love this term, a sovereign individual.
Yeah.
I like the term autonomous. Now, only power we have is through the autonomy of our own bodies and minds and hearts. Everything else is an illusion.
Absolutely. And people have submitted multiple questions. I'm going to try to ask you one each, if I can, before we get disconnected again. This one,
Okay.